As you can see, we have 2 pans with 9 Bierochs each. And notice how this is the first... Oh, get your finger out of there. Hi everybody, it's Lynn again. How y'all doing? Bienvenidos a mi cocina. Oh, no es mi cocina. This isn't my kitchen, is it? No, it's the kitchen of my special guest, my sister, Arlene. Say hello to everybody, Arlene. So today we're going to make something that we've been doing traditionally, something that we grew up on, a food that, who used to make this for us?
Mom.
Yeah, our mom used to make this, and even though it's a food that actually is of German heritage, we don't have that, but because we lived so close, my mom learned to make it, and for the past couple of years, we've been making it together for New Year's. And it's called Bierochs. It's a kind of bread-filled sandwich. Would you call it a sandwich? Like a sandwich, and it has a filling of meat and cabbage inside.
And onion.
And onions, yes, and onions. Okay, so that's what we're going to do today. We're going to make Bierochs for you. Hope you enjoy it and have fun like we have fun doing.
Yes, and have fun eating.
And have fun eating. So we're going to make it, and we're also going to try it just to make sure we did it right again this year. Arlene, what are the ingredients for the dough?
4 1/3 cups of flour, 1 package of active dry yeast, 1 cup of milk, 1/3 cup sugar, 1/3 cup butter, 1 teaspoon of salt, 2 eggs.
You got the dough.
To make the dough, we're going to first put 2 cups of flour in our mixing bowl. Add the dry yeast. On the stove top in a pan, we're going to add the milk, 1 cup. We're going to add 1/3 cup of butter, add 1/3 cup of sugar, a teaspoon of salt. Stir that until the butter just melts into the liquid. Pour in the milk liquid into the 2 cups of flour. We're going to start to stir that. Add in the 2 eggs. Stir that up so that we get the flour incorporated. When we have the milk mixture mixed together with the 2 cups of flour into a smooth consistency, we're going to start adding in the rest of the flour, as much as we can mix in with the spoon. When we get the dough to a thicker consistency where the flour doesn't want to absorb much, we'll start kneading the dough with our hands. I'm going to put a little olive oil on my hands just so they don't stick to the dough. And we can add a little flour as we see fit. After about 6 to 8 minutes of kneading the dough and getting a smooth ball, we're going to put it into a greased bowl and cover it and let it set to rise for an hour in a warm place. Turn the ball over so that it gets oiled on all sides before you put on the cover. What are the ingredients for the filling, Arlene?
4 cups of cabbage cut fine, 1/2 cup of onion cut fine, and 1 pound of hamburger, and salt and pepper. Stirring the hamburger and cooking the cabbage and onion. We always thought they were Czech food, German food, I guess. I take that back. German food. They originally made them without meat in them. Just cabbage and bread dough.
We cook the hamburger separate from the cabbage. That way we can drain off the excess grease that the hamburger makes. And then we'll combine the two to make our filling. Get that all stirred together, and we're going to set that aside until it cools. The dough is continuing to rise. After about an hour, we're going to press the dough down and leave it rest for another 10 minutes before we start making the Bierochs.
You got to do.
Let's take a look at our dough. Oh yeah, it has risen. It's about double in size what it was. We're going to punch it down. Punch some of that air out of it. We're going to let it set for about 10 more minutes before we roll it out to make the Bierochs. Arlene is greasing the pans, getting them ready. What do you like about making Bierochs, Arlene?
Eating them.
We'll flour the breadboard and also the rolling pin, and then we'll roll out the dough for the Bierochs. We'll divide the dough into half and then roll it out for the Bierochs. So I've taken half of the dough. I wish you could smell it. What do you think about that dough?
I think it's wonderful. It's just right. Is that about 1/4 of an inch?
We're going to roll it out to about 1/4 of an inch thick before we cut it into the pieces to make the Bierochs. Arlene is going to cut it into pieces about, how big, Arlene?
Oh, this is not that big, but I'm about 4 by 4, 3 by 3, or 4 by 4.
And then we're going to roll them out individually before we fill them. Depends on how big you like your Bierochs, how big we're going to cut them.
Well, it didn't. We just have to eat more if there's liver.
We're going to put a scoopful of the hamburger cabbage mixture into the middle of the dough pieces.
That'll be enough, and hold it up, bring the corners to the. This dough is so nice.
The Bierochs are going to rest for 30 minutes. We'll preheat the oven to 350 and we'll bake them for 20 minutes and check them and then let them bake 5 minutes more or perhaps 10 minutes more depending on their doneness. Let's see how they taste.
Oh, I'm sure they'll be good. Perfect.
I want to thank you all for stopping by today to have fun with my sister and I making Bierochs. I hope you enjoyed this video as much as we had fun making it for you and making the Bierochs for us to eat. If you have some favorite foods that you grew up eating that you like to make with your siblings or your family and you want to share them, especially those that might be related to another culture, then you might want to share those with us down in the comments below. If you have comments about Bierochs and want to know more about them, you can also write down in the comments below. If you like this video, I hope you'll give it a thumbs up down below. And if you want to subscribe, you can do that also. Thank you so much.
Bye.